Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I welcome you all on your provisional promotion into the Form D second prof. Today we are going to discuss pharmaceutical microbiology. This is our first lecture, and in this lecture we will discuss general introduction to microbiology. So let's start. The term microbiology, basically it is derived from two Greek words, micron, which means small, and biology, which means to study life. So it means that the study of small organisms is called microbiology. The science dealing with the study of microorganisms and their activities is called microbiology. In the microbiology, we will basically discuss the characteristics of the microorganisms because they are viable, they are living in nature. So it means that they have certain specific activities which represents that they are living in nature. So the relationship of these activities with respect to these different microbes, this is actually called microbiology. These include bacteria, viruses, fungi, and plasmodium. A more professional definition of the microbiology, it is concerned with the study of forms, structure, reproduction, physiology, metabolism, and identification of microbes. In the first definition, it was simple definition. You can say it is layman definition. It is easy to understand, but in the previous definition, the word activities was present. So here it is a more pronounced and more obvious definition of the microbiology. Basically, this is that branch of science which deals with the study of forms. When we say that these are microorganisms, it means that they have their specific shapes. So the forms we will have to discuss, they have their specific structure. So we will have to discuss the structure. Since they are living in nature, they will reproduce. So what are the modes of reproduction? So we will have to discuss under the umbrella of this microbiology that what are different modes of their reproduction, their function, physiology, how they perform specific functions. We will have to discuss the physiology. Since they are living, so they undergo metabolism. So how their metabolism is going on and how you will identify even these different types of microorganism. Let's suppose the bacteria are having different types. Some are spherical shape, some are rod shaped, some are spiral in nature. So how will you identify? So even within the cocci, so different types of the bacteria are present. So different tests are there to identify whether they are streptococci or they are staphylococci. So in this is the professional definition of the microbiology, and you can see that in this branch of science we will study about the forms, about the structure, about the modes of reproduction, about their particular functions, about their metabolism, and how will you identify all these parameters. When we discuss, then that branch of science is called microbiology. It deals with their distribution in nature, where they are present, what is the geographical distribution, what is the habitat of these microorganisms. So how and where and up to what extent they are present. So we also discuss under this microbiology their relationship to each other and other living organisms. So when they are present in the nature, so how they relate each other and how they respond to the other living organism. Sometimes they are beneficial to other microorganism and sometimes they are showing bad characteristics or they are harmful to the other mechanism. So we can say that they are beneficial and detrimental effects on the man and physical and chemical changes they make in the environment. Since these microbes, some are beneficial, some bacteria, they are called useful bacteria. At the same time, numerous bacteria, they are disease forming. So we can say that they are producing detrimental effects. They are producing harmful effects. So we will discuss their geographical distribution. We will discuss their relationship to one another. We will discuss their relationship to the other organism. These relationships include useful relationship and harmful relationships, and also what are different changes, whether physical or chemical, they are going to produce in the environment. See, the whole study, this is the detailed definition of microbiology, and when we discuss this detailed discussion of the microorganism, this whole scenario give us a new definition that is called the microbiology. Now we discuss the habitat or geographical distribution, where they are present and where they are located. So as far as the geographical distribution is concerned, they are present in the nature, freely present in the nature, and also as far as human body is concerned, they are present in the body or on the body. It means that outside the body may be present and inside the body also present. For example, they are present on the skin. Outer surface of the human being is called skin, so they are also present on the skin. They are present in the mucous membranes. See, in the mucosa, eye mucosa, ear mucosa, nose mucosa, even within the body, gastrointestinal tract, in the GIT, urinogenital tract, here they are present, and other parts of the body. So as far as their geographical distribution is concerned, they are freely present in the nature, and once we are also living in the environment, so on our body or in our different parts of the body, they are also present. So this is fully loading of these microorganisms on the body or in the body, and this presence on the body or in the body is actually responsible for various harmful effects in the body, due to which they produce disease in the human beings. Now, what are microbes? So this term is used for tiny creature that individually is too small to be seen with unaided eye. So microbes, as the name indicate, microbes we cannot observe with the naked eye. With the naked eye, it is impossible to observe them. In order to observe them, we require magnification. We require microscopes, microbes, which require microscopes. So they are so small that with the naked eye, we cannot observe them. For their observation, we require magnification in the form of microscope. Under microscope, we can observe them. However, with the naked eye, it is nearly impossible to observe this small creature, this tiny creature. So these are the microbes. Among the microbe family, these include bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, mycoplasma, archaea, and rickettsia. These are basically different types of the microbes. These are so small that our naked eye is unable to observe. Under microscope, we can observe them. Now here, the same thing, the microorganisms or microbes cannot see with the naked eye. So the bacteria, first one, so good and bad type, means some bacteria are useful while most are bad, means they are producing diseases. Single cell, they contain single cell and eat what is around them. They have no specific diet. However, some bacteria, they are fastidious in nature. They require certain specific items as far as their food is concerned. But generally, the bacteria, they eat what is around them. However, they are susceptible towards antibiotics. Antibiotics kill them. And we can say that antibiotics, they are a bacteria killing bomb. Similarly, vitamin C also kill. This is the brief description of the bacteria, that the two types, useful bacteria, harmful bacteria, single cell, and no specific item. All the items, they are present in the nature, so they can eat, they can then reproduce. However, they are susceptible towards antibiotics. They are easily killed by the antibiotics, so we can say antibiotics are bacteria killing bomb. Similarly, vitamin C is also having the deleterious effect as far as the growth is concerned. Now the virus is only bad. It means that they are the viruses only produce diseases, so they are only bad types. They are parasites, means they cannot freely exist. They require host, and within the host they can produce infection, so we can say they are parasites. 100 times smaller than the bacteria. It means that bacteria are larger in size as compared to the virus. Viruses are nearly 100 times smaller than the bacteria, and similarly vitamin C also kills the bacteria. Fungi, there are two types, molds and the yeast. Algae, these are also the tiny plants. And the protozoa, these are multicellular and found everywhere. And these archaea, they survive in the extreme environment. So these archaea, these are the microorganisms which are similar to bacteria in size and structure, but different in molecular organization. And they represent, actually they are intermediate between bacteria and eukaryotes, and they constitute an ancient group. So these archaea, basically these are similar to the bacteria in size and structure, but different in the molecular organization, and they represent themselves as an intermediate between bacteria and the eukaryotes. Now the branches of microbiology, there are six major branches of the microbiology. One is called pharmaceutical microbiology. Then next is the medical microbiology, industrial microbiology, food microbiology, soil microbiology, and plant microbiology. These are different types of microbiology. Since our pharmacy, we have to focus over this pharmaceutical microbiology and some portion of the medical microbiology. Little bit from the industrial microbiology and the food microbiology and soil microbiology also included in your syllabus, but we will focus over the topics which are come under the umbrella of this pharmaceutical microbiology and the medical microbiology. This was my first lecture. This was just an introduction about the microbiology, about the microorganism, about the types of the microorganisms, about the geographical distribution or the habitat of the microorganism, and then a clue about the branches of the microbiology. Inshallah, the next lecture, lecture number 2, we will discuss the branches of microbiology in detail. So till that time, take care, Allah Hafiz, keep calm, and love microbiology.